Hello. In English, tenses are very important. Okay, so generally we know how many tenses are there in English. Yeah, of course there are 12 tenses. Okay, so what are they? So if you know the process of the tenses won't be very difficult for you and it won't be a big challenge for you. Okay, so let's focus on tenses. Okay, the first one is present tense. Present. And the second one is past tense. And the third one is future. So if you know the foundation of these three tenses, so you will know the rest. Believe in me. Okay, so present is verb 1, past is verb 2, and future is will plus verb 1p, or am is are going to plus verb 1p. Okay, present, past, future. So we also have frequency adverb for each of the tenses, but right now I just want to focus on the form. So let me focus on the form first. Okay, present, verb 1, past, verb 2, future, will blah verb 1, or am is going to plus verb 1. So here we have present continuous, C-O-N-T-I-N-U-O-U-S. If we have present continuous, we also have past continuous. If we have past continuous, we also have future continuous. Okay, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous. So we know present is verb 1. And we also have to know continuous is verb ing. But here we have to use only verb to be. So here the form will be am, is, are plus verb ing. Okay, so here past will be verb 2 and continuous will be verb ing. But here we have to use verb to be. That's why this form will be like was, were plus verb ing. Here future continuous. Future will be well. Continuous will be verb ing. But here we also need base form like verb to be. Here the form is like will be verb ing. I'll be reading. I'll be going like this. Okay, so the form is like miss blah blah ing is present continuous, was blah blah ing is past continuous, will be blah blah ing is future continuous. Okay, so if we have present, we also have like present perfect. Present perfect. So if we have present perfect, we also have past perfect. So if we have past perfect, we also have future perfect. Here present is verb 1, perfect. So here perfect is verb 3. But here we cannot use verb to be because if we use verb to be here, it's gonna be like passive voice. That's why we have to use here verb to have. So the form will be like has, have plus verb 3. Has a plus verb 3. So here the form is also the same like verb 2 plus verb 3. But here we're gonna use like verb to have, so that the form will be like had plus verb 3. So for future, it is also the same like will have plus verb 3. Here. Present perfect is like has a plus verb 3. Past perfect had plus verb 3. Future perfect will have plus verb 3. So here, if we have present, okay, so we have present perfect continuous. If we have present perfect continuous, we also have past perfect continuous. If we have past perfect continuous, we also have future perfect continuous. Okay, so present is verb 1, perfect is verb 3, continuous is verb ing. Okay, so here present perfect continuous. Here the form is has or have. For verb 1, for verb 3 we're gonna use been and verb ing. Has been blah, verb ing is present perfect continuous. So for past perfect continuous, it's gonna be like had been plus verb ing. So for future perfect continuous, it's gonna be like will have been plus buff ing. So here are the form. So if you know the form, it will be very easy and you will be clear. For example, you just have to figure out present is buff 2, present is buff 1, past buff 2, future blah blah buff 1. So you have to know what is continuous. Okay, so for continuous, you have to know like continuous is buff ing and perfect is buff 3. So that's simple. So we're gonna so if you know these very clearly, so you will be able to use the tenses very well in English. So I think it's a little bit difficult to read because of my handwriting. Okay, so that is just my sharing. Bye bye.